Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me now. Okay, I have all these little toys now that I don't know how to work. So, this was like a Christmas deal on Amazon. I paid less than $30 for it. And so, yeah. How are you doing, Zierra? So this is what it looks like. Let me see. It has a little hook you can hook on, but it has the screen. Everything came with it. I paid less than $30 for it. I thought it was a good deal. Glad I did it. Because for work, so it'll do dual. It will serve dual purposes, and I have cords all over the place. But anyway, thank you for that. I'm still not tech savvy, Sierra. I'm trying to work on some things this year. I want to be more intentional with this channel. Talking about adoption and talking about foster care, and so I really want to go deep this 2021 because we was just talking about our stuff, and our stuff is still going on. And so yeah, I want to do like recap this year because we're leaving out on this year, and it is somber. I'm happy this year is leaving, but in reference to the life of my son, it is somber. And so I don't know. It's just I know this is his life and his journey, but yo, when do you get it? So we came into this year hopeful for me because I started Xavier Streets in February, between the end of February and the beginning of March. I sent my I use LegalZoom. So a lot of people ask me what did I use to start my business. I use LegalZoom because when I received my taxes last year, I said I was going to use a portion of my taxes to start my business. So to some, LegalZoom is expensive, but I wanted to invest in me. So I used portions of my tax return, and they did everything for me. They did my state paperwork, federal, my LLC, everything I did through LegalZoom. So I think that was I think it was $5.99, but don't quote me. It might be between $5 and $7.99. I can't remember, but that was the cost of that. So yeah, I would do it again. I would use my tax money again, and then I use a portion of the tax money to buy my wares, my little African things, and my wares again. And so sold those, and then the garden. I used tax money for the garden. I spent a nice little piece of change in that garden last year. I know I spent over $1,500 getting that garden together. And I'm already ready to start spending money again because I belong to this group called Black Girls That Grow on Facebook. And listen, they had me at the dollar store today because the dollar store is bringing all their things out to plant and to start your seedlings. And so, what I learned today is that my dollar store, I only went to one, but I think I'm gonna be a crazy. Either I'm gonna be a crazy person, or I'm gonna just go on DollarTree.com and order a case of the trays, and it's three in a tray, and you can like stack them and start your seedlings. And so I believe you get 36 as opposed to keep running around trying to find dollar stores. I might just do it that way. But anyway, so I'll be again investing, but I think I am going to be, I learned a lot last year gardening. So I think this year it will run a lot smoother. I know the things that I need to purchase. And yes, I am still looking forward to purchasing land. And so this year, that's what I will be doing, looking for land. Prayerfully, there will be a house on this land, and those are the goals for this year. purchasing land, taking my classes on gardening. But I want to do a year in review of last year. So last year, February, I started the business. March, the pandemic began, and then everything was at a standstill. But in the life of my son, things were still rocking and rolling. And so he was in Traverse Place. Um, July would have made a year. July would have made a year, but he ended up being asked to leave. And so that was the end of May. And so you guys walk through that experience. If you have not, you can go back and watch all the videos and all the tears I shed. And so currently he is our side when I allowed him to come back. And he was here for 36 hours and then he went back. And so since he's been back, he um November. And can you guys hit the thumbs up and share? You know, I never say that even when I do my thing on Facebook. I know it's two people in here, but hey, I act like it's 1,000. Anyway, so it says, please wait while we are reconnecting. Oh my. Okay, so I'm back up. So he is not in a good place, my child. Um, so I'm around what June things were, he was here, he was out. Then I found out that he moved um what, September, October, somewhere around there. So and then let's not forget in 2020 when the earth-shattering news and the phone call that rang out throughout the world from Miss Red. That was in the end of August, beginning of September. So those things, see, I'm just recapping all the things that took place in our lives. And could you please just hit the thumbs up? And so, or like, or whatever it is over here. And so that happened in reference to me. That was something that in all that entailed, because, a lot happened there. So then I found out maybe the end of September, October, that he had moved to Texarkana. Deja had decided that she wanted to sit her first semester out in college. Y'all see how I can just rattle this stuff off? This is what happened last year. This year, since it's the last day. And so I was okay with her taking this semester off because even in this short span of time from September until now, there has been some maturity and growth with Deja. And I noticed it when she began to clean her bedroom. Because Deja wasn't cleaning that room. That room was a nightmare. It's like, just close the door. I don't even want to look in there. But she is now like diligently, she bought a bookcase and she has orders. She has little cubbies. And I went up there one day last week. The room was clean. I was like, oh my gosh, she's for real, like keeping her room clean. But she's taking therapy more seriously. She I think it's frightened, but excited and scared. I'm gonna use all those words for beginning college, but I'm excited for her. I think a wonderful hurdle and an accomplishment is that, she dug deep in November, and I'm going to say from the end of October until the day she left to take the test. And she studied and she studied. And I was not a good person to study with, but she studied and she passed her permit test. So that was such a confidence booster for her. I'm happy for her because I think for her in doing that, she feels now, this is just my belief. She could tell you if not, that she's again frightened, afraid, and happy to start college. But I think the fact that she studied and applied herself and she passed it the first time, that was a tremendous confidence booster. In reference to Deja, she is in an awesome place. I think her being admitted to the adult side, meaning she had to go when she was admitted the last time with adults, and the way she was handled, and she has been doing phenomenal. So we're gonna say yes, yes, Sierra. We're gonna say yay for Deja because she's really in a good space. Now she's still fresh at the mouth and flip it, but that's just a teenage thing and thinking they grown and they can say whatever. But across the board, she's had a tremendous year. I'm happy for her. You know, she graduated in June with honors, so she had a stellar year. Even though it wasn't a graduation, she didn't have a prom, but she did very well. 2020 for her was a good year. Dylan, he started working. Dylan is such a laid back kid. He's just like, I'm just gonna do my own thing. And so I have learned to leave Dylan alone because he would say, and I don't think he is enjoying because he was a homeschool kid. And so going to school was his outlet, and then the pandemic hit. And so he's back to homeschooling. So this first semester from September until he did not do well academically. He was not applying himself. So we're going to see what happens because I don't know if my child's going to be promoted to the next grade and become a senior or he's going to have to do his junior year. Only time will tell. And person, he really is. And I say little, he's taller than I am, but he